going to inspire you all to try something new and something a little scary today with my own story. Back in, I want to say, October, I was volunteering at the Oktoberfest in Castle Rock, which was actually in October and not actually in November. And I've never really understood why it was held in November, but I'm glad it was in October. And I wanted to get involved in my community, so I decided to volunteer. And after my shift was over and after I had 2 beers, I was walking around and I saw this unified team volunteering. They were all in purple shirts, and I looked at some of their paperwork around, and they were the Castle Rock and Rollers of Castle Rock. And I got to meet a handful of these women, and I went up to this fine lady right here. She's about my height. She's bigger like I am. And I go to her and I'm like, I've always been interested in roller derby. I've never played it, and I have the worst knees a 26-year-old could ever have. And I really do. I've had knee surgery on this one when I was 16. I blew out this one when I was 20. I've had terrible knees, and I wanted to find something new that I could participate in. Thankfully, she has really bad knees too, and I got to talk to her about that. She's like, oh no, I love the sport. It's absolutely amazing, and I can do it with bad knees. And I was like, yes, it's exactly what I want to hear. The Castle Rock and Rollers, and this is the Castle Rock, you know, the Rock and Castle Rock. It was established in 2008, and there are comprised of anywhere between 10 to 20 ladies that I can tell. It's an all-female league. It's nonprofit, and the skaters pay monthly dues to play. They volunteer in the community, as I said, all the time, and I really like that. It's actually required to try to volunteer once a month, and they do that as team outings and things like that. So they're always giving back to the community, and I'm like, yeah, that's what I need in my life. I need a group of girls like that. I need a group of women. And they also share their practices with other Colorado teams in the area, so they're always expanding their team and also creating new friendships and families. Why roller derby, though? I've never played it in my entire life. My only experience with roller derby was with this film Whip It, which was Drew Barrymore's directorial debut, the first time she tried something new. And it starred Ellen Page, and it really spoke to me. I actually had this exact poster in my college apartment all 4 years, and I only got rid of it when I was moving out here, and I'm really mad I did it now. But I was already great at volleyball and basketball. But as I said, these sports demolished my knees, and I also felt kind of excluded in these team sports because I was so good at it, and my coaches hated me. So I never got to play, and it was really frustrating. I didn't want to be in something like that, and I wanted a new challenge. And playing a sport that you've never played before, that's clearly going to be a new challenge, especially on 4 blades that you're used. I've only inclined skated on roller skates before. Roller blades, excuse me. I've never done roller skates, and I thought roller skates would be easier. Oh no, it's not. It's actually harder. I wanted to make new friends. Practice was literally down the street from me. It's only 5 minutes away, and as a dog mom who wants to be at home with her dogs all the time, it was a golden opportunity. And again, I wanted to become a bigger part of the community. With that, they have their subdivision, which is called Suderbia, and it is a part of Castle Rock and Rollers is a part of 3 teams. There's Southside Derby Dames, which is now 303, I believe, that takes place in Lakewood, and High City Derby Divas in Aurora. And what's great is all of these ladies support one another with joint practices. I've met girls from 303, I've met girls from Aurora who have come to our practices. We also do training events together and even bouts, and bouts are what are known as games. And I went to attend my first bout in November, so about a month after I learned about the Castle Rock and Rollers. And it was called the Fall Down Mix-Up. I believe it was in November and not December. And I kept wanting to root for Castle Rock because that's the team I'm going to join, and I'm trying to figure out, why are they all on different teams? Why are they playing with one another? What's going on? And then during my first practice, I realized that they mix up and that they do all of these different things together. Thank you, Trevor. And I thought that was beautiful. You're creating a team with your rivalry. but you're also making yourself better, and you're making them better by being able to play with different girls. And now I can't press anything. Oh, there we go, okay. So while attending as a Spectre for the first time, I learned a lot. I learned that their season was coming to a close with the holidays coming up, and it would begin again in January. I also learned a little bit more about the skating just by watching. I got to learn about the bouts a little bit as I was attending my first one. I got to see all of these friendships blooming and doing these wonderful things together. They were all so supportive of each other. And it was never like that in my high school sports. We were all very catty and trying to get the lead. And with roller derby, it's not like that. I found out about the items needed. Holy crap, that was the one thing that woo! Oh my God, I had no idea what I was getting myself into, because I was going to need these beautiful skates. I was going to need skates, knee pads, elbow pads, wrist pads, mouth guard, which I forgot during my first practice, and another girl had spares, so we disinfected it and molded it to my mouth, and the helmet. I was going to be putting down almost $500 on all of these items to start a new sport, and I'm like, I'm poor, man. Like, I really want to join, but holy crap. A lot of them were Christmas presents to myself. And I was super glad that the new season started after January. And I learned how to be a newbie in all of this. I found out that these wonderful ladies who have been skating for a while, or who have only been skating for the past year and just started bouting, they take time away from their practice, and 1 or 2 individuals come over for every 20 to 40 minutes, and they teach me how to skate them. So during my first practice, I learned the basics. I learned how to fall properly, which is the thing, I guess. You don't want to fall down on your ass, which I did on my second practice, not my first, so I was very lucky. And you learn the basic movements. One of the things that I was really surprised about, and at the beginning of the practice, they said, go ahead, this is how you stand up, right? You'll be like this, and it's a little harder in dress shoes, but they're like, go ahead and use your hands to push yourself up and stand up. But after your second or third practice, you're going to want to not do that and just leave it all to your core and your thighs, man. And I'm like, that's never going to happen. I put my mind to it, and then by the end of the practice, I was doing it on the rollerblades, on the roller skates, and I was so excited. I was like, oh my God, I never thought I could actually do that. And I could. Never in a million years would I think with my bad knees could I stand up with no help, needed help with my hands. And it was amazing. And I learned how to scull, which is 1 foot out, and you keep 1 foot steady and forward. And I learned how to, what's the other one? Scissor, where you go in and out like this. And during the first practice, I didn't get any wider than this. No wider than that. And I'm like, I'm never going to be able to go past my shoulders. By the end of my third practice, I was going way out. And I never thought I could ever do that. I was so proud of myself. Oh, I didn't mean to press the button. I also learned about, holy mother of God, the soreness. I could not even walk the next day after my first practice. I was so sore. I was like this. Walking around, taking the elevator up to my office, and it was just so painful. But I went to practice the next week. I still went. I went again after that. I dropped almost $500 on all of this stuff. I'm gonna keep going. I also learned that I won't have my first bout for probably about a year. And that's really, it's kind of discouraging, but also at the same time, the reason I won't have a bout is because they want you to be prepared, and they're going to test your skills. They'll put you through skill testing. One of those things that I'm gonna have to do is jump over a cone. Oh my gosh, I'm so scared of jumping over that cone right now. But if I've learned anything from the past 3 days, it's gonna be that even though I find it completely impossible, I'm gonna be able to do it. Because I've already done 2 more things that I never thought was even possible. And again, I'm going to become more of the community. I will be participating in loads of different activities with these wonderful ladies. And these are just pictures from their Facebook page that I found while scouting. Look at all the amazing things they do, and I'm just like, wow, I'm gonna really find my place here in Colorado now. I'll have friends outside of my work friends, whom I love, I do, and I do things with them outside of work. but I'll finally have a family to call my own out here in Colorado, being an Ohio native. And I'm super, super duper excited for that. And if anything, I really hope that a year from now you will see a true anatomy of a roller derby girl, and I will have my first bout. And I hope that that encourages you all to try something new, no matter how scary it is.